This week on Game On, it's game time for the Purple. A new season is here with big expectations and challenges. We're breaking it down with one of the top Vikings rookies. Few players rate higher on a Twins fan scale than number 34, a Game On exclusive, as we're grateful for a rare visit from Kirby Puckett's kids. Boxing's big stage is this month in Minneapolis. We're talking the belt battle and the state of the sport. If you haven't seen it yet, you won't believe it. It's called Circus Juventas. It's amazing. The Circus CEO gets his game on. So fasten your seatbelts. We're packed, ready to go. It's time to get your game on.
Now, from Cooper Irish Pub in St. Louis Park, it's Game On with Rod Simons.
And welcome to Game On, powered by Cooper Irish Pub. Rod Simons, delighted to be with you on this Labor Day weekend. Some kids are already back in school. Others will start in the next couple of days. And you know, although the heat is still with us, you know, football season's right around the corner. Vikings have wrapped up their preseason like every other NFL team. Looking forward to the start of the season, and that's where we begin. Big-time rookie is joining us in just a couple of minutes. We'll get our dukes up. We'll be talking fighting in just a couple. We got fantasy as well. You're going to meet some kids who are favorite in the hearts of Twins fans, and we'll be talking the circus too. A packed 28 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's get after it. We always start Game On by the numbers.
And when we look at the numbers, we find that the Vikings' next test is their season opener. The Twins will finish 17 of their final 29 games at Target Field. The Wild will open their preseason games September 17th, and the Wolves are back in business, opening training camp in Mankato.
And delighted to kick off this Game On with number 84, the new 84 in the house. It's Cordarrelle Patterson from Tennessee. Great to have you on board.
Thanks for having me,
Welcome
sir.
to town. And right off the bat, did you know the number significance when you came to Minnesota?
I could not know it. You know, everyone kept reminding me about it. You know, as soon as I got drafted, I heard people start tweeting me about it. And every day, still to this day, people say something about it. You know, I tell them it was an honor to look up to Randy Moss. You know, get the honor to wear his jersey is a great experience. But you know, my sister was born in '84, so that's a big reason I got the number. But Randy Moss' number, and I looked up to him, so everybody think I'm just copying his number.
Nice. Who was your idol growing up?
I really didn't have idol. You know, I just looked up to my mom. My mom, she raised me by herself. Her and my sister and my brother. So I just looked up to her, see the things she did by herself to raise me, see all the things she accomplished, have a wonderful son like me, you know, without a father. You know, I just look up to my mom. You know, every time I see my mom, you know, I see better days.
So you play for your mom, don't you?
Of course.
Oh man, and you play. You are crazy to watch. It is so much fun to watch. Now let's start with the kicks, because I was warming you up before. I love the fact that you don't know what's going to happen. I think you're going to return 5 for touchdowns this year.
Oh, I like
you
it.
like returning kicks. A lot of people don't like it. You love it.
I love it. You know, it feels like it's a different part of my game. You know, to get that extra ball in your hand, extra opportunity to showcase yourself out there. And when I get that ball in my hand, you know, I just feel gifted. You know, I feel unstoppable. I feel like a superhero or something.
You should have an S on your chest. 'Cause I agree. Now, when you're in the wide receiver situation, a lot of heat on Christian Ponder. You guys are expected, you and Jennings and Simpson, expand that department. Do you feel confident you guys will be able to get that done?
Oh, we feel good. And, you know, just like Christian, he's learning, you know, just like me as a rookie. You know, I'm still growing. And it's a lot of that game we still can improve on. You know, each day at practice, we just try to work and get better. You know, even though I'm not working with the ones, but when I get my chance to work with them, I try to make the most of it, and I hope big things to happen.
What's it been like being around guys like Adrian Peterson and Jared Allen and all these seasoned veterans?
I mean, it's great to have those guys on your team. You know, you got a lot of people looking at those guys. They love them guys, and be a part of their team. You know, they looking at their guys. You know, one day they might look up at me and say, "Whoa, this Cordarrelle Patterson," you know, and it's going to be great.
Well, I'm on the fan bandwagon. I think you're going to have a great season. Stay healthy. Just tear it up.
All right, thank you, sir.
Have fun in your rookie season in Minnesota.
All right, thanks for having me.
Cordarrelle Patterson, number 84. He's the man right here on Game On.
'Tis the football season, but don't forget, after every Twins game, get the final call. We're on top of all Minnesota sports, and we'll give you the best info on how the Twins played. So turn to the new home of the Twins, 96.3 K-Twin. Minnesota favorite Jason Nagel joins me for K-Twins Final Call after each and every Twins broadcast. K-Twin Final Call with Game on Flair, only at 96.3 K-Twin FM. It's radio for us. We're glad you're with us, and we're just warming up. Later on Game On, it's Catherine and Kirby Puckett Jr. We're going to hit boxing, and on deck, we're going to the circus, and you'll be amazed by the young talent. But first, K-Twin's voice of the fan asking, what's your feelings as the Vikings season arrives?
It's going to be a tough season. It's that quarterback is still an unknown. And,
So Ponder's on your nerves.
He's just an unknown. He just hasn't proved himself to, I don't know, we got Adrian, and still it scares me to have a quarterback who's unproven.
It starts your morning with the forecast, then watches your energy use all day. It can change your temperature from anywhere in the world, prevent you from heating and cooling an empty house, and still give you a comfortable welcome home. The iComfort Wi-Fi from Lennox.
The most advanced comfort control solution available anywhere is now available for your home.
So call Liberty Comfort Systems and make your home a smart home today.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
TC hat. M hat. TC hat. M hat. TC hat. TC hat.
Take some time, little girl, and a little outfit.
I'm Meat Sauce from KFAN. My weekly trivia question is courtesy of Bar Abilene. Who was the first Super Bowl MVP? Don't touch that dial. The answer before the end of Game On.
Time now to get back in the game. It's Game On TV.
It is Game On, powered by Cooper. Delighted to have you with us. This is Dan Butler. He is the CEO of Circus Juventas. Great to have you in the house.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Your season, your summer season just wrapped up, what, 21 shows?
21 shows, yeah. We just finished up.
And you're back, and now the fall is right in front of you. For the people that don't know about Circus Juventas, tell them what it's all about.
We're a youth performing arts circus school. And the whole concept, my wife and I met in a youth circus when we were in Sarasota, but the concept is to give kids something different to do than typical organized sports or your typical theater program. And the circus arts really is a great complement or combination of both.
So this is kids in performing
flying
in
trapeze, teeterboard, bungee trapeze. I mean, just if you haven't seen it, you don't believe what you're seeing.
And I have not seen it yet. I've seen the pictures, heard nothing but great things, and this is a passion that lives right in your heart.
My wife and I met as teens in Sarasota, Florida, in a youth circus that's called the Sarasota Sailor Circus. It's been around now 65, 70 years. And back then it was around 30 years or 35 years, and we actually met as 15-year-olds. And we walked a tightrope wire act together. We did a shoot-through ladder act together. I caught flying trapeze, did hand balancing. We did a number of acts between the two of us, which is one of the reasons why when we decided we wanted to found or start a youth circus school, we were able to coach many of the things early on.
It's immensely popular. And are all the kids from here, or do you bring kids from other regions here?
They come from all over the place, but mostly the Twin City kids.
Wow.
Mostly, yeah. We get kids from Forest Lake and Plymouth. I mean, a lot of families from the western suburbs, St. Louis Park.
Wow.
So, yeah, we some families drive quite a distance, particularly when you had in snow and winter and, rush hour traffic. Our classes are from 4 o'clock. Well, we start some classes at 3. But from 4 until 9:15, Monday through Friday, Saturday from 9 till 2:30 all year, with the exception of this 4 weeks we take off after the big summer production.
How do people get involved if they want to, or just want more information?
Well, they can go to our website, circusjuventas.org. They can send us an email at info@circusjuventas.org.
Notice the spelling right there so you don't get it wrong.
JUVENTAS.org.
Nice. We're very excited. Don't be a stranger. Let's have you back.
Yeah, I would love to come in.
And after I see one of the performances.
You have to come back. You know what? Since Oz is over, on October 25th, it's our annual gala fundraising event. Tickets are a little bit more expensive, but it's a fun evening. So come and join us October 25th, Friday night.
And we'll make a difference.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Dan, you're
Thanks
the best.
so much, Rod.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, good to see you.
Only here on GameON.
Hey, when you're out and about, don't forget you can always have your game on. You can do it anytime with the show's official app. Download the GameON app for iPhones and Android too. Full of your favorite shows. It has sponsor links and photos, a lot more. We link you to our show website and to our partner site, which is the best Viking fan site to be found at purplepride.org. So bookmark us at GameOnTVMN.com. Stay right there. We're going to catch you up with Kirby's kids. But next, we've been telling you about the big Truax Fort fight. Tony time talking about the bout. But first, K-Twins voice of the fan asking, what's your feelings as the Vikings season starts?
I think once the regular season comes and it counts, the Vikings are going to have be scary. They're going to have a lot of power.
I'm Randall McDaniel. As a former Minnesota Viking and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I know how important it is to fuel up to be successful on and off the field. Now, I work with third graders, and I see firsthand the positive impact exercise and good nutrition has on my students. As a partner with the Taste of the NFL and the NFL's Play 60 program, I'm proud to do my part to make sure kids get the nutrition they need. Please help us kick hunger in America and encourage an active lifestyle by supporting the Taste of the NFL and the NFL's Play 60 program.
Welcome back to Game On TV.
It is Game On, powered by Cooper. Great to have you back with us. It's fight time. It's Tony time. We'll be talking about the September 21st bout, Truax and Fort, in just a couple of minutes. Tony G in the house, as well as Jake Wegner. Jake, you're a boxing historian. You know all about the fights. Tell us about the state of boxing, because, you know, with the insurgence of MMA over the last few years, it seems like boxing has taken a kind of a back seat, but it doesn't seem like all we've been talking about is fight cards from boxing. Is that the case?
No, it's not the case. Boxing's not taking a back seat. It's actually helped by by the fight game itself being propelled. It's true that it's gotten a little bit of an injection, I would think you'd agree, Tony, from the MMA.
Right.
But it's not it's not this one or that one, it's both. So generally speaking, if people are interested about the fight game, they're interested almost in both.
Well, that's good news, because it did seem like for a couple of years that MMA was getting most of the headlines, at least in the media, but you've seen fight cards stay consistent, if not growing this year.
Yeah, I mean, locally here, you know, our boxing events they continue to grow. You know, we've had events from, 1,500 to 11,000 people. Yeah. Where the MMA crowds kind of stay more stagnant. You might find a good show might do 1,000 people. I agree with what you're saying, though. I think MMA is more of the mainstream hip thing right now.
Yeah.
But I think boxing is more ingrained in a lot broader demographic, from 18 to 60-year-old people.
Well, it's certainly been with us for a long, long time, as your history will tell you. You're a young guy. What was the allure? Were you a fighter before?
No, I started watching fights in the living room with Dad, back in 1983, 1982, watching Ray Boom Boom Mancini, like millions of other Americans, and just kind of got hooked on the sport. Always had a love of history, and the two were bound to come together sooner or later and intersect, which they did about a decade ago. Started going to the fights, started writing for magazines, websites, things like that. And then as far as the Hall of Fame goes, basically we started seeing other states having their own boxing Hall of Fames. We compared their history to ours, thought it paled in comparison to the Minnesota history that really goes back to the 1880s, and we decided we'd come together, form a nonprofit group, and kind of go from there. So we're in our 4th year.
September 21 is the big fight. We had Ceriso Fort on, Sir Fort, last week. Caleb Truax has been with us. How do you look at this fight as you watch it unfold?
Historically, or how do I see the fight playing out?
Playing out,
it's a risky fight for a fighter like Ceriso Fort to take this early in his career, because he's going in against such a much more experienced, more seasoned vet in the state champion in Caleb Truax. So I got to laud him, though, and give him a lot of credit for taking what I would consider a high-risk fight this early. Sometimes you take a loss like that, it doesn't hurt your career at all, because you lost against a guy who was up on you. Other times it could destroy your confidence quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see which way it goes. But at this point in each man's career, I think Caleb probably has a little bit too much for Cereso Fort.
Well, you talk about two guys who are amped up weeks before the fight. These two don't even want to be in the same room with each other right now.
No, we're having a hard time getting them both on camera.
Isn't it crazy? But this is, and it's not play. They're really ready to go.
It's a major love loss there.
How do you see the fight playing out, or is it too early?
Well, I mean, I think, as I said, I had to kind of put my promoter hat on. I think, Cereso's got a lot of, as I said earlier, he's got a lot of great tangibles that he brings on. He's got a victory over Caleb Truex in his amateur career, but I think he's a guy that's been stagnant. I don't think he's grown into be the fighter a lot of people thought that he would be early on in his career, where Caleb Truex continues to get bigger, better, faster, stronger, smarter with every fight that every fight and every opportunity that comes across his desk.
How do people learn more about the Boxing Hall of Fame in Minnesota?
Well, we have a pretty good website. It's at www.mnbhof for Minnesota Boxing Hall of Fame, and it's .org. So mnbhof.org. Shows all of our current inductees in there. Shows how to buy tickets right online. Tickets are $65. It's a black tie cocktail type dress affair. A lot of people come out. All of our past and present fighters, which I'm really proud of, come out and support each year's crop of inductees.
What's the date of that event?
It's actually not next Friday. It's Friday, the September 27th. The week after, Truax versus Ford. And it's going to be at Mystic Lake Casino over in Prior Lake.
Nice. So there won't be any dust-ups or anything that we need to worry about?
Just a couple bruised faces, perhaps, come that from the fighters that couldn't show up.
Whatever happens, I guess.
Right.
Okay, thanks for being with us. Great to have you with us.
Thanks,
Tony,
man.
more next week, only here on Tony Time.
It's a busy sports week, so here's your update from the Purple Pride Planner. The Twins get Toronto on September 6th. The Vikings will hit the road for their opener. The Wolves will get Moscow when they open their preseason. And the Wild will have Columbus September 17th at the X. The Lynx in Los Angeles September 4th. Gopher football at New Mexico State. United FC and FC Edmonton. And the Saints' final game of the season September 2. North Dakota gets South Dakota State. North Dakota State hosts Ferris State. Tough gig for South Dakota on the road at Kansas. And South Dakota State, there you go, at UND. The PGA with the BMW Championships. Tough duty for the Champions Tour in Hawaii. NASCAR at Richmond. And boxing at the Minneapolis Convention Center. We want you to get into the game. It's golf with Dart in the Cart September 11th. Ian Leonard's Bad Pants Open on September 16th. Taste of the Vikings coming up on November 11th. Our Game On podcast features Rod Webby and the A-Train, all things inside the TV show. Drop us a note at GameOnTVMN.com. And that's your Purple Pride Planner. Basketball's nearly back, and the T-Wolves are gearing up for what they hope will be a championship run of their own. I am all over it. Check out my weekly blog, Simon Says, at Timberwolves.com. Full of inside information. I'll keep you connected to all things Wolves. It's interactive, so weigh in. Drop me a note at rod@GameOnTVMN.com. It's Simon Says every Thursday, only at Timberwolves.com. We're far from finished. We're talking fantasy football with the guru, and Kirby's kids are next getting their game on. But first, K-Twins Voice of the Fan asking what's your feelings as the Vikings season starts.
I think the offense, even though it's struggling a little bit right now in the preseason, I'm very positive or think that the defense is going to be doing really good.
It's the end of an era.
All the parties, the stories.
I'm gonna miss your smell. You were my first.
What? I knew it. I knew it.
It's true.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I broke your leg. I wrote a song. Sorry. Here we go.
Keep the good times going with the crisp, refreshing taste of Bud Light. Here we go.
Whoa. Check out this new couch.
Do you think everywhere you go, people are afraid of you?
Back home, they're not afraid.
No?
No.
But you kind of got these, like, intimidating tattoos and stuff.
That's something what I like,
That's what you
besides
like?
basketball, yeah.
Do you think you could design a new tattoo for me?
Me?
See, it looks like you got some technique there.
It looks something like this. Here you go.
Teddy bear right back.
It's a masterpiece.
Time now to get back in the game. It's Game On TV.
It's Game On, powered by Cooper. Delighted you're with us. Say hello to Kirby Puckett Jr., his sister Catherine, the kids of Kirby Puckett. Delighted to have you two with us. And you're not kids, I know. You're grown and all that stuff, but that's what an old timer's supposed to say, right? It's nice. So I had the honor and the pleasure of meeting you two for the first time just about a week ago when you came into K-Twin Studios, show you some of the video there. Nice to have you out. We were talking about your dad's legacy and that you guys are still around. It's something I didn't know. And for the people at home that might not know, you guys still live here. You're going to school. You're very busy working. Fill us in on what you're doing.
Well, right now I'm just enjoying the last few days of summer. Yeah, that's about all I can do. School's starting. I've been working this summer. I work at my little brother's school at Progressive Daycare.
And you go to Augsburg?
I go to Augsburg, yeah.
Very nice. One of the questions that was asked at K-Twin, I didn't ask it, but a lot of people ask it. Do you still play sports?
I play intramural basketball and intramural football.
Okay, no baseball?
No baseball. I wasn't good enough to play that.
No baseball. Miss Catherine, you're working full-time?
Yes, full-time yoga student.
Nice.
Yes.
And you're very athletic as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you still play?
Yeah, I play indoor soccer during the winter season, a couple different other sports. Like I ran track a couple of times this summer, and I try and stay as active as possible.
Do you guys know, it's been a few years since your dad passed away. Do you know what a legacy he left? I mean, how big of a baseball player he was?
I honestly didn't know that until I looked up his stats a couple years ago. I was amazed by what I saw. I didn't realize he was that good.
Yeah. You touched a lot of lives at the memorial at the Metrodome. Do you still remember much of that, or were you a little too young to remember?
I remember pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
From parts of it when I wasn't really kind of out of it. For the most part, I do remember a lot of it, and just remembering all the fans and all the people that came up and said they were sorry and that they really loved him and that they were honored and all of that stuff. So it was a great feeling.
Well, we love having you guys here. Please don't be strangers. We'll have you back again. And thank you for all the good things you're doing and keeping your dad's memory alive.
Thank you.
We love having him here. Only here on Game.
You can keep up with me and every other personality at 96.3 K-Twin. Go to the station's official website for all the latest updates and contests. Then download K-Twin's new app. The official K-Twin station app is for Apple and Android. Both will bring you the lowdown on community, sports, and music, and both have the 411 on station personalities. So get your K-Twin on site or on app. It's free and found at ktwin.com. 'Tis the color of the season, purple, and no one catches the Vikings like GameON picture partner Logan Craig Photography. This week we celebrate fans enjoying the great Minnesota get-together. It is the place to be this time of year, and it's enough to tucker out even the hardiest of fans. It makes us all young again, doesn't it? Thanks to the fans, you got your game on. And for unforgettable pictures and one-of-a-kind memories, check them out. It's Logan Craig Photography. Still more before we're wrapped. We're going to check in with the 60-second chef and a fantasy football update. It's all ahead, only on Game On.
TC hat. M hat. TC hat. M hat. TC hat. TC hat.
Take some time, little girl, in a little outlook.
Pick up the latest issue of Wheels of Thunder magazine. If it's on wheels, you'll find it in Wheels of Thunder. Full color photos of bikes, trikes, cars, trucks, and even sleds. High performance or right off the street. Mind-blowing power, speed, and custom touches. It's all in Wheels of Thunder magazine. Plus, find out about the latest races, rallies, and custom products and services in your area. Check out Wheels of Thunder on Facebook.
Hey, it's Meat Sauce again. Here's the answer to your trivia question. The question was, who was the first Super Bowl MVP? Bart Starr in Super Bowl I and in Super Bowl II. We'll see you Tuesday night at Bar Abilene for Trivia 8 to 10, and next week here on Game On.
It is time for the 60-second chef, Chef Seth from Cooper. here with us. And when we break down the week, you look at Monday, it's a special price on glass and bottle of wine. Tuesday, these little guys, you call them the...
These are our Buckett Burger, our Wee Burgers.
Our Wee Burgers, very popular.
Yeah, yes, we're so
very popular and pretty filling too. Wednesday has been renamed Wings Day at Cooper, and you get these guys.
Yep, quite delicious, very flavorful. Got a nice little kick to them.
You call them the Sriracha wings. They're very, very popular too. Can you give us the secret ingredient, or is that specialty to the house?
Yeah, I'd say especially to the house.
Very nice. Thursday, you get the friend of golf for the gift, the Big Ginger, and you have two options.
We got Big Ginger and a Skinny Ginger.
And this time of year, with the heat, very, very refreshing indeed. Friday, you can order up a Cosmo, and then Saturdays and Sundays, you get the mini Bloody Mary with the chaser, always loaded inside there.
Yeah.
You can take this and order it during the brunch. Do you have brunches on Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you can order them all day. They're available all day, 2 for 1, Saturday, Sunday. So.
And on brunch, what time's your brunch? Your very popular brunch?
10 to 2.
Very nice. Always cooking up something special. These Sriracha wings won't make it to the end of the show.
Good to hear.
Always good stuff.
Indeed.
Chef Seth in the house in the 60-second show. It is time for our fantasy update. Guru in the house. Great to have you back. Let's get right after this. Defense and special teams. Viking fans aren't going to like this because there are three very familiar, starting with San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco, they have Aldon Smith, who had 19 and a half sacks, an above-average return game, and they do take their interceptions and fumbles back to the house, so that's extra points.
So they put up points.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Chicago.
Yeah, Bears fans are going to like to hear this, and you won't hear me talk about Chicago and hype them up too much, but each year they're always at the top of the league in return touchdowns, and Devin Hester's a big reason for that on the special teams side of it.
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle, they've got a really good defense that holds teams to if you're in a scoring league where you get points for keeping your opponents under a certain amount, they're always at the league leaders for that, but they've got the cornerbacks, Sherman and Browner, who are studs. And just remember that when Percy Harvin does come back, he'll boost their return game.
Does Sherman get points for talking?
No, unfortunately, I am not aware of any leagues where they've created that statistic yet, but I am doing a 32-man fantasy league, so we might have to look at maybe incorporating that next year.
That sounds like a plan. And before we get out of here, are all the drafts done, or will that happen closer to the end of Labor Day?
I've only done one so far. I've got 2 more this week.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight and tomorrow, and then we're set. So, yeah, I mean, we're looking at football in just a few short days.
It's here, and you'll be with us throughout the season.
Yes, absolutely.
The Guru in the house, only here in the Fantasy Update. Busy show it's been. Thank you for letting us be a part of your weekend. All our updates at GameOnTVMN.com, and I'll see you on the radio for the final call later today. Until next week, I'm Rod Simons. Thanks for being with us, and keep your game on.